In my latest video, I've got 3 fascinating stories to share with you. Let's dive in. First up, straight from the crypto basic, Amber has unveiled a $100 million 0 cents crypto reserve plan with plans to invest in XRP, Bitcoin, and fuel institutional crypto adoption. Now, here's the kicker. Part of this is pretty straightforward, as at its core, it's yet another company adding XRP to a strategic reserve, something we've seen happening a lot lately with firms, including publicly traded ones. If you told me back in 2017, when I first got into crypto, that companies would be doing this, people would have called you completely Looney Tunes. But honestly, I've always believed this would happen. And I'm sure many of you out there feel the same. It's so satisfying to finally see it becoming reality. But wait, Amber has another plan for XRP, and let me tell you, it's cryptic as hell. No clue what they're up to, but I'll share exactly what they said. It's intriguing to say the least. Oh, and there's more. Another gem from the crypto basic awaits. Stay tuned. Whale splashes $12 million 0 cents into XRP longs after raking in a $10 million 0 cents profit from Ethereum's price surge. Now let's talk about leverage, something I personally avoid like the plague. Why? Because most people end up wrecked trying to play that game. But hey, when a savvy trader can master it and actually succeed, hats off to them. That's a rare breed of human, and honestly, I respect it. Still, leverage isn't for everyone, myself included. It's like juggling fire. Cool to watch, but I'm not grabbing the torches. Now this whale, they're playing on another level. The timing here is wild and the strategy, flawless. It's a fascinating move, and I couldn't resist sharing this story with you. Stick around because I'm about to reveal just how much this guy cashed out. It's absolutely mind-blowing, but trust me, the profit will leave you speechless. Oh, and wait until you hear how this story ends. In other news, Coinbase is making waves as the first crypto company to join the S&P 500. Whether you're team Bitcoin, Ethereum, or something else entirely, you've got to admit that's a pretty epic win for the crypto world. Plus, John Deaton had some thoughts on it, and I'll share those too. But before we dive in, let me be crystal clear. I don't have a financial background. This isn't financial advice. Don't make any big moves buying or selling based on what I say or write. Stay smart, folks. What's the buzz around Amber International and their massive $100 million 0 cent crypto reserve plan? Here's the scoop. Amber, a leader in crypto finance, is gearing up to launch a $100 million 0 cent ecosystem reserve. The focus? XRP, Bitcoin, and other exciting blockchain projects. The company announced its new crypto reserve initiative today, claiming it's not your average crypto treasury. According to the press release, this reserve is designed to cement its position at the intersection of decentralized and traditional finance. Oh, and there's a $100 million 0 cents fund to back groundbreaking blockchain projects with enormous potential. Sounds exciting, right? Or maybe just confusing. Here's the kicker. The release goes on to say something like this. Brace yourself for some buzzword overload. Unlike typical treasury holdings, this reserve comes equipped with a cutting-edge mechanism powered by their proprietary AI. Its mission? To boost high-impact blockchain ecosystems and fuel new business growth through adaptive strategic expansion. Now, what does that actually mean? Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. Drop your interpretations in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think they're really saying. What on earth does that even mean? Honestly, what a tangled mess of buzzwords. It's a full-blown word salad tossed to perfection. Welcome to Fresh Hell, where the word salad is both baffling and, strangely, entertaining. It's all good and healthy until you drown it in ranch. But seriously, what does any of it actually mean? They're saying words, big, flashy, sophisticated words, but it's like they forgot to include the actual point. You know, it's one of those moments where you hear a lot, but nothing really lands. It's supposed to mean something. I'm not doubting that, but this press release, nowhere does it clearly explain what's going on. It leaves us to speculate, filling in the blanks with wild guesses. Got a theory? I'm all ears, but hey, here's the real takeaway. XRP and another reserve, still solid news. That part, at least, is worth reporting. All in all, it does seem to add up, sort of. I'd love to know how many companies quietly hold XRP as a reserve asset. There are so many private companies out there doing this under the radar, and we may never hear about it. Over time, though, some might make headlines for one reason or another. Who knows? For now, it's really the publicly traded companies or crypto-negative businesses where announcements are more likely. Beyond that, probably a mystery. Meanwhile, a massive whale just went all in on XRP, dropping $12 million 0 cents after pocketing a $10 million 0 cents profit from Ethereum's recent price surge. On Monday, May 12th, XRP shot up like a rocket, hitting an impressive $2.64. Of course, as is often the case, there was a bit of a pullback afterward during the period we're diving into today. But here's where it gets interesting. The day before, on Sunday, May 11th, a savvy whale made a bold move, taking on a massive leveraged position just before XRP began its dramatic surge. Talk about timing. But this is one of those wild crypto stories you can't ignore, and wait until you hear how much this whale walked away with. It's mind-blowing. Spoiler, it's a ridiculous amount. A prominent crypto whale made headlines by opening a jaw-dropping $12 million 0 cents long position on XRP. According to data from blockchain analytics firm Look On Chain, this same whale had already cashed in big on Ethereum's early May 2025 rally, earning over $10 million 0 cents in unrealized gains. The spotlight has turned to XRP as a savvy trader recently made waves by opening a massive $12 million 0 cent leverage position on the asset. This bold move, placed just hours before Look On Chain's May 12, 2025 update, quickly racked up over $260,000 0 cents in paper profits. Here's the post they're referencing. Timing everything perfectly, on May 11th, a Sunday, this position was established ahead of XRP's dramatic price surge and subsequent pullback. Despite the dip, XRP still outshone the top 100 coins by a significant margin, cementing its place as a standout performer. But that's not all. The trader's winning streak started earlier, with Ethereum riding its rally from $1,800 0 cents to over $2,500 0 cents in less than a week. By May 11th, Look On Chain revealed their ETH position had netted an unrealized profit of over $10 million 0 cents. This calculated success appears to have set the stage perfectly for their next big play in XRP. The strategy, brilliant. The execution, even better. A big-time whale has now turned its attention to XRP, opening a 2x leverage position worth nearly $12 million 0 cents. And guess what? It's already paying off. Within just 8 hours, the trade raked in $261,000 0 cents in profit. Not bad for less than a day's work, right? Over the past week, XRP has seen a solid 10% jump, climbing from $2.10 to $2.40. Oh, and let's not forget, later surged even higher, touching $2.64. This move suggests the whale is betting big on XRP's unrealized potential, anticipating a breakout as the market's bull momentum keeps building. Talk about timing, huh? But let me be clear, leveraging isn't a game for everyday investors like you and me. Personally, I steer clear of it, always have, always will. My strategy, keep it simple. Buy, hold, and wait it out for years. It's boring, sure, but it works. No market timing, no fancy plays, just patience. So while whales might make waves, I'll stick to my tried and true approach. Thinking you can outsmart the markets with sheer confidence? Drop the ego. The real winners are the ones who stay calm, control their emotions, and don't let arrogance cloud their judgment. Sure, there's a tiny group, a rare breed of traders who are genuinely good at it. But here's the truth. Only about 5% of all traders actually turn a profit. That's right. Just a sliver of the crowd. The data, it's the same story in the stock market. Most people just don't make the cut. For the rare few with the talent and consistency to make it work, more power to them. If they're finding success with leverage, good for them. Maybe this guy's one of those exceptions. Who knows? What's clear, though, is that there are some jaw-dropping profits happening out there. Check this out. Here's the latest update posted Monday evening at 8:42 p.m. Central Time. Look On Chain highlighted an impressive move by a whale. Amid the market downturn, this savvy trader closed long positions in ETH and XRP, walking away with a cool $7,500,000 0 cents profit. Not bad for a day's work, right? Around $7,500,000 0 cents in profit from ETH and XRP. Now that's a power move. They saw the market pulling back, decided not to gamble, and locked in those gains. Sure, if they'd cashed out a bit earlier, the haul could have been bigger, but let's be real, no one has a crystal ball. This whale isn't some market wizard. Even if they're great at reading charts, no one knows the future. So pocketing $7,500,000 0 cents, that's just smart. Let's take a moment to give him a little golf clap. Well played, Aquatic Overlord. Splishy, splashy, and all that. But here's the kicker. This whale's still riding a $15,400,000 0 cents long on Solana, which at the moment is down $560,000 0 cents. Ouch. For most of us, that's a hard pill to swallow. For this whale, just another drop in the ocean. That's the thing about whales. They play big, swim deep, and keep making waves. Splishy splashy indeed. Big news from Cointelegraph. Coinbase is making history as the first crypto company to join the S&P 500. That's right, the headline says it all, but let's take a moment to appreciate how cool this is. On May 19th, Coinbase Global, because of course, will officially join the prestigious Standard & Poor's 500 index. It's a huge milestone, not just for Coinbase, but for the entire crypto industry. Out with the old and in with the crypto. Coinbase will replace Discover Financial, DFS, recently acquired by Capital One Financial Corp. And S&P Global on May 12th. All right, so I pretty much got the gist just from the headline, but John Deedon made an interesting point I had to share. He called it symbolic, crypto stepping in where traditional finance once stood. Congrats to Brian Armstrong, Paul Grewal, Coinbase's CLO, and the entire Coinbase team for this milestone moment. Coinbase just became the first crypto company to join the S&P 500, a club dominated by legacy finance. And here's the kicker, they're actually replacing a traditional finance firm. Talk about a changing of the guard. If you're into crypto, this is one of those feel good, look how far we've come stories. You love to see it, right? Brian Armstrong, Coinbase's CEO, chimed in with a few thoughts. Oh, and let's not forget, Coinbase is still the only crypto company in the S&P 500, for now anyway. Here's the best part, and I absolutely love this. Crypto is about to land in everyone's 401k. Let that sink in. This is huge. Why? Because most people invest through exposure to the S&P 500 or ETFs that track it. And guess what? Those ETFs are starting to include crypto. That means if you're in one of those funds, congratulations, you now have crypto in your portfolio, whether you planned on it or not. It's happening, and honestly, it's incredible to see. And here's the kicker. Number two, in the next 5 to 10 years, getting into the Coin 50 index will feel amazing. That's Coinbase's top 50 coins bundled into a single index. Imagine how game-changing it would be to have ETFs that track multiple crypto assets. The flood of money into crypto will be unreal once it's easier to invest in diversified multi-coin funds. Sure, some options exist now, but they're mostly trusts for accredited investors, not exactly accessible to everyone. The goal is to see widely adopted multi-coin ETFs available to the masses. When that happens, the influx of capital into the market is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. And you better believe XRP will be part of that wave. That's the exciting part, seeing progress unfold right in front of us. What a time to be alive, witnessing this evolution. Cool stuff happening, folks. Just a friendly reminder, though, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't base your investments on what I say or write. Seriously, that would be a pretty terrible idea.